Today, I want to talk about 5 unconventional ways to test your offers and to test your messaging. Now, we know that as a marketer, it's really important to identify our unique positioning, our messaging, how we're going to resonate with our ideal clients, because it really does help us stand out. Now, the trouble though, is that it's not always easy to define those things. Traditionally, it comes down to writing out a whole bunch of stuff on pieces of paper with our client avatar sheet and what we think their pains and their problems are and all of those sorts of things. However, when it comes to actually manifesting that into something we're putting out into the market through social media or through podcasts, we don't necessarily know what is going to be right. So there are 5 ways that I'm going to walk through that you can actually use to test your message, to test your offers, and we can do this to get instantaneous feedback to adjust what we're doing as we go. Number 1 is through email subject lines. So we can craft very specific email subject lines, and through that, we're going to get very specific data back. Something I always teach a lot of people I oversee and the people that I manage in marketing is every time we're testing, we always want to be learning something. We need to be answering a question with everything that we do. If we're just doing something or testing something and we don't get an answer, it's completely useless. So with email subject lines, I can put out an email subject line that says, I just put one out today. It's like want to level up your Facebook ads or want to improve the conversion rate of your ads or something like that. Now, what this is going to tell me is if I get a low open rate on this email, that there aren't a lot of people on my list that are looking to improve their ads. Now, that could be that they're happy with their ads. It could be that they're not running ads. What it is going to tell me is how relevant that message is for my audience. Now, we don't necessarily need every single one of our messages to be hyper relevant to everyone, but we can test out the uniqueness and the positioning of our offers and our message using subject lines, and we can gauge how it performs with that message based on the subject line. We can also do this with call to actions in emails. We can track the number of clicks. We can put a call to action in an email. We're able to see what has the highest click-through rate. We're able to run A/B tests. You can do different things on different days, different weeks. This is another way that we can test our offers and our messaging. Another way that we can do this is with Facebook ads. We can actually use ads and we can put different messaging in the image or in the headline or in the copy, and we can test the level of engagement it gets, what the click-through rates are, and we can use that data to determine how many people are interested in that. We could put 2 different messages side by side, running them both as ads, and see which one gets more clicks. The one with more clicks is likely one that is resonating with more people inside of our audience. Number 4 is with our organic social media. Now, this is a little bit more difficult to tell, but we can base it largely on how many views it's getting based on the algorithm. So we can utilize, a lot of this is going to come down to the first 3 seconds for how we're hooking people in. And based on how we're hooking people in, or the title that we have at the top of our video, is going to determine how it's resonating with people. So we're going to be able to see inside of our followers or inside of what the algorithm is deeming high engaging for this content. The more people it serves it to, the more likely that is going to be a high converting and a high engaging hook or headline that we're using. Number 5 is surveys. So we can use surveys to capture data in order to craft our messages. So let's say that I have 5 offers for ideas, or I have different segments of my audience and I want to see what they're more interested in. We can use surveys to gather all sorts of information. So I have a client that we're working with right now. We have a survey inside of one of his funnels where we collect a ton of data. The size of their email list, if they're running paid ads or not running paid ads, if they have a high ticket product or a low ticket product. And through that process, he gets all of this data into the people that are on his email list. And now we can see, oh, interesting, 75% of these people have high ticket offers. He's able to use that information to craft his offer, now positioned around what people are actually looking for. Because if he were to say, here's how you sell a low ticket product, but only 10 to 20% of his people are interested in that, it's not going to be very relevant. But he can also now segment his offers to be in line with the people on his email list that are looking for that. So if he did want to put out something for low ticket offers, he can actually send that only to the people who said that they have low ticket offers. So the surveys are great tools. We can also put, let's say, are you more interested in item 1, item 2, or item 3? And this could be 3 different topics for an upcoming webinar. It could be 3 different topics for an upcoming product you're launching. And you can see, I did this in the investment space with somebody. Do you want to know how to get more investors? Do you want to know how to craft a pitch deck to sell investors? And then you can start to see what are people more interested in and use this data to craft your offers and craft your messaging. So those are 5 unconventional ways: subject lines, call to actions, Facebook ads, your organic social media posts, and surveys. That is it for today. Happy marketing.